Okay, we're good. Let me sit down for this one. Let's see. Well, good morning. Uh, well, this is my volume 3 of Under God right now, so this is going to be 300 plus pages. I've already released the first 2 volumes this year. Good morning, Joker. Or noon. How are you? I know it's an early stream. So I'm just laying out my pencils real quick. Then I'm about to start inking. Good. That's what's up. Good morning, Demoji. Glad you guys are doing good. How are you doing yourself? I figured I'd, make up for yesterday. I mean, I did stream with Marshall yesterday, so I decided I'm up. I'm feeling pretty froggy, so I'm just like, why not? I took a sick day. I've done that before, just to work on a book. But also, you know, put in a lot of time for that company too. It's not like I would abuse the power, but I've had those days where it's just like, nah, I just want to focus on this. Good morning. How are you doing, Ultima Materia? So right now I'm laying out my pencils real quick. And getting ready to ink here in a second. Or in a minute. So make sure I'm all right. Oh no, this is I'm starting a page from the ground up. So I'm making sure I have all my pencils laid out, kind of. Just giving me, I'm not doing like really good pencils like that. I'm just kind of giving myself like a placeholder, a rough draft. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, this journey, this whole art journey. It's come down to like where I used to paint in my garage and paint in the garage and draw all the time in school, and then to selling art in New York, the streets of New York City for several years. And then uh, but I also did my own comics and manga back then too, kind of like drew my own stuff, but I didn't ever like publicly put it out there like that. Well, some of it, but um, it's like one of those things. This whole journey where it's come to, where we're at now. I had to think about that. Reflect, as one would say. Oh yeah, and also drawing in front of people in the subway train or on the subway train. I used to draw people, and I'd give them their drawing. Uh, Very fun times. And this is a new chapter in this adventure. You own a pair of Tim's and me? Actually, I'm wearing some Adidas Sambas right now. So I'll make sure we're all good before I start laying ink down. So I have this. What is going on, Stephen Wings? How are you doing? Fake New Yorker, every New Yorker rock tunes. Well, I'm from Ohio. Well, I'm actually from the Philippines, but I lived all in Ohio all my life. And when I lived in Manhattan for several years. That's good. I'm doing pretty good. Sorry about the shaky table. I'm doing pretty good. Uh, I I did, but when I moved to New York, I kind of like because my own hometown here in Ohio kind of just the art scene is just kind of funny in general. So I decided to just grab all my stuff and pack up and move to Manhattan. It was just very random. So I was like, well, sometimes there's no love where your home is. What is going on, Yoshi? How are you doing? And the Jones is like the Jordans. Under God shoes. I have to probably get some like white shoes and like paint them up. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah. Now t-shirts. That's something I'd like to look into. Make sure she's looking all right. You know. Midday stream, yes, it definitely is. I'm just, I'm up, so I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. Except for 7, except for October with their individual colors. Shit, yeah, that'd be cool. You know what? You know, you guys got me thinking. I don't know. I can mass produce them like that, but if I actually like got some blank shoes and like hand painted them, I would do that. I'd totally do that. I don't know how you guys would feel about that, but make them. I wouldn't make them look tacky. Like make them actually look like professional and saturated and all that stuff. Just a thought. I actually would have fun doing that on some real shit. How's it going, Chalky? I know we're here early. We are here early, and we're you know, just getting it in. We're just getting it in. I don't know. I guess it's one of those things you're just like, well, if I'm gonna work, I might as and everything is done at the moment. Why not stream while you work on a page? Work on your pages. So that is why we are here today. I better use my finer nib for all that jazz. Let's see. I like streaming. I mean, night isn't bad either. This is cool. It's like one of those things. See, I might also stream tonight too. Because for the regular crowd, it's good to stream. It's probably best to stream tonight too. Gotta put my waves in. So yeah. So right now I'm working on Under God Volume 3. The paintings are finally up on the website, and I can freaking take a break this weekend and do what I need to do. Get my reading in and stuff, and also get caught up on my life a bit. So I'm glad that's off my chest. But it's not only that, there's definitely going to be an update on some new drawings and paintings here shortly as well. Because I don't have all of them posted up on the website at the moment, but I had to get things together, set the venue up so where it's like streamlined. So like when I take pictures of the images, it could of the original images, it can go straight up on there, with no hassle. So it's like, oh yeah, it's nighttime for you. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go read, and also I'm gonna go just catch up, just figure out what's going on, what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life, kind of thing. Just kind of plan things. There we go. Yes, breaks are good. Definitely take a break. So I always had that guilty, having guilty, you know, when I'm having fun or something, I always had that guilty thing inside of me, like, oh, you should be doing this instead of doing that. And I think this time I'm gonna just go ahead and answer to the things I also want to do without feeling like a machine, you know? uh, Shoot, man, I don't. That's hard. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it is. And I've been kind of reflecting, thinking back on that stuff, and like I will finish these whole series, regardless. It's like one of those things. Um, but at the same time, like like I don't know. So see, yeah, vanilla cake ain't so bad. Um, Chocolate's pretty good. It also depends on the ice cream too. Like you know, now I like the like a chocolate caramel or even marble cake. Marble cake is awesome. Man, now I want some like ice cream and some cake. Oh yeah, yeah, marble cake is awesome with some Neapolitan ice cream. It's always funny, like when you go to the Neapolitan, you have those three flavors, and it's like someone would dig out just one certain flavor, and then you have this canyon. Chocolate, yeah, it's like chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry, all in one. It's not all swirled up. It's like in segmented. Chocolate bacon cake with maple syrup, ice, walnut cream. That sounds exotic. Man, I want to try that. That's so genius. Banana cake is my personal favorite. How are you doing, Yumiko? I've never had a banana cake. See, a cake or a pie, you know. But I also always have to have ice cream with it. It's like they go together like well. I might have to change this nib. Oh yeah, pound cake. Oh yeah, like a good pound cake. Yeah, yeah. It's not okay. So it's not really sweet. Talking about all this food. Never heard of that. Sounds good. Y'all need to try Russian pine cone jam. Yeah, that sounds exquisite. Hmm. Well, you probably have to order that stuff. Oh yeah, man. I'm looking that up after the stream. Okay, on Amazon. One thing I would like to try making is that Dubai chocolate stuff. Just make a little bit of it, you know. Make a personal bar. Man, now I want to try that stuff. It's really straw crunchy on the inside. What was that? The Halloween here sucked, to be honest. It was just I'll be brutally honest. It was just kind of like, you know, it's like one of those things. Like when things kind of settle down, then I'll start having my own personal Halloween parties and all that stuff. But it was just kind of like a blah, you know. I wanted it to be exciting, but it was just things are a little crazy, hectic a little bit right now. Need this water to look like it's swelling and moving. Yeah, I'm gonna have a good day. It's gonna have be a great day today. It's just good to be streaming and catching up a bit, you know. Uh, I like Halloween and I like Christmas. Those are like my two favorite holidays. And I like actually, yeah, maybe 4th of July because of the cookouts. The Yeah, Thanksgiving I guess because of the you know total eat out, but I don't know about this year. Let's see. So you had to sketch some still arts. Yeah, Christmas, Thanksgiving, yeah, and I like the Halloween too. Like I like that whole, not like the whole sacrificing and all that stuff and demons and all that. I just like the feel of the month of October. Yeah, I'm not into that stuff, sacrificing animals and people and all that. Nope. You keep that in the manga. Let's see. I only celebrate 420. That's like every day. So you drew a jar. She just wanted a plain jar, nothing fancy. She made you erase it. It's not like the reference erased that. The reference is there, but your imagination should kick in and be like, well, I wanted to add this to the jar. She should have been happy and cool about that. You know what? Tell your art teacher that I said that I would have approved of it. And if she says something about it, just be like, well, whatever. So, yeah, there's no rules on that. She was just, yeah, yeah. It's good to be an art rebel. Like anytime when I was in art class in high school, I would, they had stuff. They're like, hey, draw this, do this, make that, and I'd do this stuff. But then, after we had a week to do these things, and I'd get it done in that day, and then I'd hang out in the back of the art class and finish my big drawings and stuff. She didn't approve of the artwork I was doing, but I was like, this is what I feel I need to do. Everyone else follows directions, and I'll just break the rules. I'm not trying to be pompous or anything. It's just I just don't want to draw what they're drawing. I always had a problem staying in line. So, got that water going. I'm gonna let that dry for a second. Work on my little clouds, my happy clouds. So yeah, when I was dealing with art, I was pretty much a rebel as well. Even with the art galleries and stuff, I never. I don't know. It's like one of those things. I always use art as to express my thoughts and stuff, and those inner things. And then it's like then I started realizing that you had to have certain clicks and stuff. It's not about what you feel as an artist and what you think. It's more like a business and who you know and who would fuck with you and who doesn't. So I'm at the point where I'm just like, I'll just do my work and, you know, people might see it. People see it. You know, the people that do show up here, I'm like happy about that. You know, it's like awesome. Hell yeah. I don't have a degree in art. I don't have none of that stuff. Art community around here is weird, you know, kind of. There's cliques and stuff, and it's just like, dude, just want to put art out, you know. I'm not trying to make it into a clique thing. So it's just like one of those things. Just like you get to a point where you're just like, yeah, I'll just do the work, and people like it or not, this is how I must and need to express myself. You know, what's the point of living when you aren't yourself or aren't, you know, putting your 100 out, putting your all out. So I'm happy about this world, this story, everything, how things are coming together, and I am enjoying this. So we got our happy clouds coming in, off into the distance, into the horizon. Kind of looks like a map, kind of. So the sun's like going down. It's like about pretty much about nighttime now. It's like getting down to that point. So sun has set. I need these clouds to come out like more like, you know. Let's see. That's the. Yeah, I gotta go. Well, you have a good one, Chunky. I like art because I can express myself. I really don't like it when it feels like I have to draw a certain way for a class. I agree. Plus, my headphones are hurting my ears. Yeah, you have a good one, Chunky. Oh yeah. Volume 2 of Undergod, I was working on a pretty big paper, a bigger paper. But with this, I decided to go down a size. And on top of that, this kind of paper, I like how the ink gets absorbed into it. So I want it to look like, I need the clouds like look like they're coming forward at an angle, kind of. That Bob Ross would love to see this. Would love this. Drawing our happy clouds. Kind of billowing clouds. They're kind of like a storm's building up, but it's not going to form into a storm. It's like a passing storm. Like, but no rain's coming down or nothing. It's just like these heavy clouds are like moving in, moving out. I meant. It's a pretty angry cloud. Yeah, it's like storms billowing up. Man, these clouds need to be look like they were blown away. So pretty dark. So yeah. So I can let that dry for a second, but I mean I can hit this corner and I can jump onto the other panels. And then I can work on her face and hair and all that stuff. The reason why I'm choosing not to the reason why I'm choosing not to paint in the background with the ink wash, because of where the story's taking place and what's happening. I want it to have that old world feel to it, you know? So that's why I'm like sitting here inking this stuff. Doing the clouds this way instead of doing ink washes for the clouds. What is going on, Ictus? What is something you notice the art community doesn't talk enough about? Oh, um, well, locally around here, or just the art community in general? Just it's funny around my town. I'm like, I keep a low profile on it. I mean, I've you know won the awards and all that stuff, but then no, I just couldn't get into that whole thing, in general. Well, I'm thinking like the indie, or I thought maybe the indie space, or not the indie space, but the art community. I mean, you have your good artists, you have artists that are cool, whatever. But it's just one of those things. I guess with everything, you have to know people, you know. So there's a lot of that. But yeah, these clouds though, I do want to give that like an old world feel to it. That's why I'm like inking it this way. Yeah, India's art. I agree. It is. Sometimes you can say things to offend someone, or you can just, I don't know, just exist. So uh, we want some happy clouds, not angry clouds. Yeah, they're coming through. They're coming through. Yeah, I was looking at some old world etchings and stuff. Those things are amazing. So it's like now it's like in my head, and I'm like, now I can't unsee it, and it's like one of those things I want to like master that. But they're using, they're etching it. But this I'm just, using a G pen. So on copper plates, not on paper. Give the cloud a smiley face. Tempting. Maybe it'll be in there like, like when you're looking at forming clouds, you can kind of like make out things. I much appreciated. Yeah, this part of the story, it's like going back in time into this like ancient story. And Sevens in October, they're like listening about the story about when the sky didn't have two moons. Because in Undergod there's two moons, and this is like in the an ancient lore or ancient scriptures or stuff, and they're talking about when the sky had only one moon, and these beings, like, where do they come from? Two moons. Well, I can just give a little hint there. Yeah, even on the front cover of Undergod, there's two moons. I mean, even in the front page, opening, you'll see the two moons. But in this part of the story, there was only one. Yeah, just a little bit. I won't spoil it. So this is the aftermath of a spaceship crash. I'll just say that. Sorry, just need to clear my throat. So, yeah. What is going on, Marshall? How are you doing? What is happening? That's what's up. Oh, we're just decided to do an early stream. I was up, was working on my pencils and stuff, and everything was done, so I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, let's stream. Let's do a early stream. All good, just working on pages and coming to listen to the great Ralph Ross himself. Ralph Ross or Ralph Jones, from what I've heard. Ralph Ross making some happy clouds. Ralph Ross. Every day I'm hustling. It's a stormy sky out. I might have to change my nib out for a bit because it's a little kind of thick. It's getting there. So I'm going to go use this one. See if we have any different results. And I'm just feathering it because it's not like a... I don't want to push down too hard to make the line stick. So yeah, this one's a little better for that. This is a finer. So it gives you those gradients to make it look like... It's almost like you make the lines, you put them together so close they almost look, and so thin they almost look like gray color. And you're just kind of feathering it. It gives the appearance of gray, but it's not. But it's still black and white, you know, still. But that's where the ink washes come in. Oops. I'll never get over holding two pens, man. This actually helps with my balance. Well, not so much. It just with stability. So I'm doing this, and also like when I'm like ready to use it, it's ready at hand. So I'm not digging around the pile. But it helps. Tricky part's putting in her eyes. Especially at a distance, like when they're far off like that. You gotta be like really careful. Haven't had to bust out the magnifying glass yet, but I'm curious to try it to see what happens. See how far you can really push something. Line weight and proximity go hand in hand when drawing a scene shading, so it feels of grays, yeah, from black and white. So yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Revy two hands, Ralph two pens. But no, yeah, like how you put your lines in and how close they are and how, yeah, your line weight, it can give that appearance of like gray. Then when you look closer, oh, that's just black and white. Now, all this little stuff I'm doing right now, you don't have to do, but I choose to do it because it's like, yeah, it's just, I just want to. Yeah, exactly. Ralph Two Pens. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it gives my left hand to do something, so it's just not watching the right hand, like, sit there unless I'm like sitting here like that, chopsticking these things. Let's see. I'm curious. Can you chopstick these things? I probably could. But they won't be able to touch like that, you know? So it's like, it'd be pointless to do that. But this definitely gives some stability and some balance. I'm going to let this dry for a minute and just jump to this panel. We haven't even made it an hour in. I know, I was like putting some work in that one panel. That's Ralph's Fish Underground nickname now. Yeah, don't want to get jelly. This panel's going to be something right here. Because now, because this little guy right here, well, I'll just say he's got telekinesis, like levitation powers. And he's like lifting this thing up out of the ocean. Ralph Two Pens. So yeah, right now I'm using the G pen to kind of go do the rough layout, but I kind of want this thing, not kind of, I want this thing to, like, it's getting lifted, so it's kind of like, looks supernatural. And it's going to cross over into this panel, kind of spill over, which I like. I love it when the images cross over onto the other panels. Ralph Two Pens is my new name, huh? Yeah, I've had a third one. Maybe like Zorro. Pushing that edge right here. It's gotta look like it's getting that, using his powers, so. Try to make like ethereal fire, kind of, kind of like a, because he's using his powers to lift this out of the water, kind of like, to not so much lift it out, but just enough to propel it forward to where he's going. That's a rough, gaudy circle. I got template tools and stuff I can use to make my circle. I just wanted it kind of rough. Ink breathing technique. Santoyo style, 3-pen drawing, 3 worlds. 3-pen style, Santen Ryu. Said I didn't choose the pens, they chose me. It's can be a love and hate relationship, art in general, but yeah, you guys should try it sometime. The whole using this, I mean, it does kind of help. So I'm not, I don't know. Yeah, it helps a little bit. And I guess I got gone too comfortable by doing that over time, so it's a habit now. I'll let that dry for a bit. Then I'll hit it with the eraser. And what do we got here? What do we got here? So we can let that dry. And I can jump over to my other page. My other panel. And then jump to my other page. Buy an extra stylus too. And buy my inner off too. Dude, try with a stick or like a chopstick. And then, it's just, I don't know. Should probably make her hair kind of, because I don't want it to look stiff. So I'm going to do one of these numbers. Oops. Ow. It's like when the nib kind of like scratches on wrong, it's like the nails on a chalkboard. There we go. Let's see what y'all saying. Teach me the 2 ways of the pen since Angel. Teach us martial arts so we can fight like Bruce Lee. No, it's for real. This is what you do. You just I don't know, it's one of those things. You try it if you like it. If you don't, you're like, no, this ain't for me. And that's fine. There's nothing, this is just a habit that I picked up. It's like one of those things. I don't like putting my brushes in my mouth, or see that, and I don't like doing that. So it's like I have 2 hands, or have a tool belt or something, put it to the side. But I like this for stability matters, for stability's sakes. Draw that out here. Off he goes into the distance. So if you guys, I'm working on Under God Volume 3, Chapter 9. I know the chapters are long, and I've been so anxious to work on this volume. So I'm like really taking my time and really pacing myself with the events and everything that's going to unfold into the story. So this is where we're at. No, much appreciated. It's like one of those things. Is just kind of like it's like one of those things. I guess. Yeah. Um. Hmm. Now, do gods and undergod greet each other? Like hello? Yes, they do. You'll see that. You'll see. You'll see. I can't get too much into that. I'll just say they do. They're. You'll see. It's like I don't want to spill the beans on that. I guess I can just leave it at that. They do greet each other. They all know each other. Right now I'm listening to some thunderstorms. Kind of helps with the atmosphere of this situation. Which one? 1 to 4. Uh, what are you talking about? Ultima. Which volume am I working on, or which, or